In this video, then select Chapter 1, Notation of Pitch, and then select Reading Bass Clef. Once you've selected that option, then you'll need to click the tab that says Open. Okay, so as a reminder for this activity, you need to score 600 points to complete the module. For each example, you will look at the notes written on the bass clef staff, and then you will play the corresponding note on the piano. Again, it doesn't matter how fast or how slow you go. The goal is to play the correct note. So to do a quick review, the triangle indicates middle C. On the bass clef staff, the middle C would be a ledger line right above the top line of the bass clef staff. And so to review, the lines of the bass clef are good boys deserve fudge always, or G, B, D, F, A. And then the spaces in the bass clef are all cars eat gas, or A, C, E, G. And again, those note names come from the musical alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, and G that are constantly being repeated. So as I look at my first note, I come back up here, and I like to go backwards, but I imagine my next line up as middle C, and I know this is a space note, so I come back down to G, E, C, and I know this note is A. So then to find the corresponding note on my piano keyboard, if you're following my mouse, you'll see that I come to middle C, go down to the next space note, which is G, E, C, and finally to A, and this would be the first note. So now as I play, I have a point of reference. If I'm starting here on the keyboard for A, if I go down to the space below, then I know I go to the next note, F. So the notes in this example would be A, F, G, A, G, A, B, and A. I'm going to turn the volume down just a bit. And once I finish that, then I click on the tab Try Another. In this example, the notes move up, so once again I need to make sure I start with middle C. Coming up here to this line, I come down to the next line, which would be A, and then F. This note is in the space right below, so in the musical alphabet that would be E, and E is going to form my starting point. So as I look at these notes, I remember that the notes alternate between spaces and lines, and I get E, F, E, D, E, D, drop all the way back down to low A, and back up to D. To play this on my keyboard, then I need to start with middle C, and I need to jump all the way down to E, and then play my notes. E, F, E, D, E, D, jump way down to low A, and back up to D. Remember, you can always use a printout of the piano keys and notes with lines that I included in the content page to help you complete these activities, or use a different online resource that shows you which note is played on which key of the piano. Then click Try Another. We'll do one more example before we quit this activity. So in this example, I start on the note right in the middle of my bass clef staff, which I know to be D. I figured that out by using my line notes. Good boys deserve. So I start with D. To find that spot on my piano keyboard, I come to middle C, and then I go backwards down to D. And now I can play the example that I see, which would be D, C, D, B, D, C, B, A. And each time the note is circled in blue, that means the note is correct. That doesn't mean that I always get it correct. It just means in this example for this time, I was lucky enough to do so. One tip as you do this activity, especially with bass clef, which tends to be a lot less popular or well known even among musicians, is to make sure that you find the starting note and use that as your reference point, and remembering that those notes alternate. If you can get the first note correct, it's a lot easier to find the matching keys next to it. If I was trying to finish this activity at this time, I would need to click the tab Try Another in order to continue building up points until I reach 600. For our example today, I'm going to quit this activity so that now you have a chance to go ahead and get started on your own. To quit, I will click the tab at the top menu bar, Reading Bass Clef, and then I will select Quit this activity.